Imagine waking up each day knowing that no matter how hard you work, you will never truly own the fruits of your labor. The soil beneath your feet belongs to someone else. The bread on your table is taxed before it reaches your mouth. And, honestly, the smallest mistake could mean hunger or even death. This was the daily reality for millions in 18th century France. Peasants, the backbone of the kingdom, yet trapped in lives of endless toil. Today, we step into their worn shoes and uncover what a single day was like. A peasant's day began before the sun. In a small, drafty cottage of mud, wood, and thatch, families huddled together against the morning chill. Sleep was a luxury. Beds were often just straw mats shared between siblings, sometimes even with livestock to keep warm. Breakfast? Well, it was a crust of coarse rye bread, maybe dipped in watered-down milk if fortune allowed. Meat was rare, reserved for holidays or the wealthy. By sunrise, the fields beckoned. Whether plowing, sowing, or harvesting, labor was constant, and tools were crude. Wooden plows pulled by oxen cut through stubborn earth, while hands blistered from scythes and sickles. Women and children worked alongside men. Everyone contributed. Hours stretched endlessly, broken only by a meager midday meal. Bread, onions, perhaps a bit of cheese. But the greatest weight peasants carried was not their tools, it was their taxes, to the king, to the church, and to their local lord. The tile, a tax on income. The gabelle, a tax on salt, essential for survival. Tithes to the church claimed 1/10 of every harvest. After paying dues, many peasants had little left to feed their own families. Faith was the one constant in a life of uncertainty. Sundays and feast days offered rest, prayers, and brief reprieve from backbreaking labor. But even in church, the divide between rich and poor was clear. Nobles sat at the front, peasants stood at the back. Yet religion provided hope, and perhaps the only escape from the crushing weight of daily existence. As daylight faded, peasants returned to their cottages. Supper was much like breakfast. Bread, soup of cabbage or beans, sometimes flavored with pork fat if luck allowed. Families gathered by a fire, if they had one, telling stories, mending clothes, or weaving baskets. Then back to straw beds, only to rise before dawn once again. A cycle of survival, unbroken and unforgiving. This was the life of a French peasant in the 1700s. Hardship, hunger, and endless labor lived under the shadow of taxes and inequality. Yet, these very lives, silent and overlooked, would one day fuel the anger that erupted into revolution. For when the common people had nothing left to give, they took back everything.